हेलो फ्रेंड्स, मैं आज आपके सामने फिर पेश हुआ हूँ। और लास्ट टाइम जो मैंने एपिसोड किया था वो मेरे बचपन के बारे में था। बचपन के बारे में मैंने क्या कहा लास्ट टाइम कि जो आप बचपन में देखते हो, करते हो, सुनते हो, वो आपके जहन में बैठ जाता है, आपके सबकॉन्शियस में बैठ जाता है और वो आपके सबकॉन्शियस में ही रहता है। और जैसे आपकी उम्र बढ़ती है, एंड एज यू ग्रो ओल्डर, you without realizing become the man what you have seen from your childhood with the experiences of your parents behavior, your family behavior, your friends in school, college friends, and ultimately you become that person without realizing it. And that is what you realize now that you have become. I talked about it last time. This time, I'm going to go one step further and talk about something more of my life from school, college, and my business and my employment experiences which I've had. And I have Asim with me here with a lot of questions he wants to ask me. So Asim, ask me what you want to do.
So you've given me a loaded gun and you have asked me to fire away. Let's see how that turns out.
हमने बहुत गोलियां खाई लाई जिंदगी में, अभी और एक और गोली और सी और सर्वाइव करेंगे।
सही से.
बोलिए।
If you look back, the decisions, there are a lot of decisions you made in your earlier life. Now, those helped you shape the man that you are today. If you could have the power of turning back the time, what is the one decision that you would like to say, okay, I will now change it like this? One decision in life. And why would you do that? More important for me is, with that wisdom that is now there has to be a story. You have to tell me the story. This is the decision that I've taken. I would have changed it this because of the wisdom, because me and the rest of the audience that are going to watch it would like to know the thought process and the wisdom behind it.
Asim, this is a very relevant question, but I'm just thinking in my mind while you were talking to me, is what if it was to be different? Now, I am a very realistic, optimistic person. I don't think I would like to go and then, if things were different, what I would.
No, not the circumstances.
Right.
Your decision.
My decisions,
Like, for example,
my wrong decisions have made my life.
at times people are okay. So people at times people get angry. What if I have not gotten angry at that time?
I was a very violent, short-tempered son of a gun. I was the worst kind of person to be with because I saw my father like that. I was being thrashed by him, shouted at, whatever else you call it. And I became that person.
Because that is the
Because
behavior.
something
That is the behavior you
that's
grew
what
up
I
with.
saw. That's I grew up with that. Because I saw the whole thing with how
And
how I
that is the
became-
only
so
behavior
I
you
became
knew.
the same person. And I didn't like that person.
But
Because
why
I
would
never
you
liked
become
what
like
I saw.
that?
Yeah, I become like that.
But why would you become like that if you thought
I
that
became like that because I'm telling you, it's an absorption. It's just happening in your subconscious mind. You become what you see. That's exactly what I was trying to tell in my last episode. That as a child today, if a child is 7, 8 years old and is thinking, and he sees his father and mother fighting like cats and dogs, or abusing each other, or even physically abusing each other, that stays in the child mind, and that's what that child is going to become when he or she grows up. And that is exactly what I was trying to tell you. That is why you have to be very careful with children today as they are growing up, because they are very impressionable. They're very impressionable, and you become what you've seen. And I saw a lot of things happening, and I became that person. I didn't like that person because I never liked what my father's behavior or temperament was. But that in that anger, in that short-tempered, in that impulsive decision which you take, you made so many mistakes. And look where my life took me. from up there, down, up and down, because of wrong decisions, wrong steps which I took, and it affected how many people?
Decision.
I think all my decisions which I took were wrong. I mean, I don't think I took any right decisions. My decision,
but I think
my decision to leave my job was wrong. My decision to join another company, businessman, was wrong. My decision, but this is all part of destiny.
but that is what helped
Because
shape
at that
you.
time, I thought that was the right decision to take. Because I was a rebel. And why did I become a rebel? It's because whatever my father didn't want me to do or be, I became. And that was the decision which I took in those days, was to become not what he wanted me to become. When he says, don't drink, don't smoke, don't go out with women, don't do this, don't do that, I should do everything. And those were all the wrong reasons for it. And I became that. And that's how I became a rebel and did everything opposite to that. So this is what I'm saying. Now, if my father or my parents or my whoever told me, listen, this is what it is, go ahead, do it, try it. Today things have changed. Today parents treat their children a lot more differently. In those days it was a joint family, things happened. But all said and done today, when I look back and see, I must thank my father for it, for whatever he did. I became what I became. I became a man. I wanted to prove something to him, and that was my motivation to become somebody. And it all turned out well. Even the people who deceived me or cheated me or backstabbed me, they have all taught me a lesson today, and I'm a better person today. But that's how it is. So I don't think I have any regrets in my life, except the ones that I have hurt along my path.
What do you think is one characteristic that marks a man? The mark of a man, that one characteristic, if you have to define it.
If I have to define the characteristic of a man, is what makes a man is basically his clean heart and his intentions and his what is in his heart. I speak out everything I feel. You've known me. Whatever I have in my heart, I tell you on your face. And people don't like it. Now, if you're not doing a right thing or something is wrong, I tell you on your face, I don't like what you're doing. People don't like to listen to that. But I have been very muphat, is the right word to use, with everybody who has come into my life. So all the friends that I have today have understood me and love me for what I am. Not the two-faced guy or diplomatic behavior which a lot of people do today. Very, very diplomatic. They put up a front of being very nice, hanji, noji, 3 bags full ji. I'm not that kind of a person who sits down and does that. I am what I am. Take it or leave it. And a lot of people take it and very few leave it. And the people who leave it, I give them a long rope to hang themselves, because it's not my loss, it's their loss. Because they've lost a good friend, a good-hearted person, or a good person whom you can be with and talk to. So I have no regrets. I am what I am, and that's the way I'll live, and that's the way I'll die.
So on the subject of losses, you just mentioned losses. What's the one loss that you regret the most?
There are a lot of losses I regret the most. One is the loss of the not being there as a father for my children when they needed me. That is my biggest regret. That when I left them in 1980 and they were very young and impressionable, and I was not there for them as a father. And that is my biggest loss, and that I can never give back to them, even though I'm trying for the last 20 years or 25 years to. My son is 54, the other one is 46 or 47. But I'm trying my best to make up in any way possible to give them that love and affection of a father, not by giving them money or supporting them or helping, not in that way, but the emotion, the love of a father to son, which I'm now beginning to slightly feel that I'm getting back from them also.
But do you think that your absence actually shielded them from a man who was very hot-tempered and violent?
They were scared.
And they would not.
They were
and they
scared
would.
of me because I was a very angry man. I used to.
So now, so you not being in their life actually shielded them from that person, and the person that they see now, they are falling in love with them?
I was like this because I was not allowed to meet them for reasons best known to their mother, whatever it is. I was not allowed to be there. I'm not part of their life, though I wanted to be, and that is my biggest regret. But that has been my biggest regret of what loss of years that I spent with my child. The second biggest loss that I feel, which was the second biggest mistake of my life, was to have parted with my partner of 22 years, whom I had a very great relationship with, and what a beautiful, wonderful person she was. And I screwed that up relationship for whatever reasons. It's my fault. These are the two biggest regrets of my life: my children and the relationship which I had a beautiful for 22 years, which I broke up for very stupid reasons. These are the two biggest regrets I have in my life. And I cannot undo that, even today.
May the Almighty bless you with a long life. From now till that end, what is the one thing that you crave doing?
What I crave doing now at this stage of my life, I think I love to have people around me, and I have
That we all know.
blessed. I'm blessed that I have people around me.
What kind of people do you want around you?
I want anybody who is good and kind-hearted, male or female. I know what you're trying to say. Of course, I love female company even today. But I love to have friends around me, genuine friends, which I have built over the period. It's an investment, I think, which I've made with my friends from school, college, business, personal, film, and other friends which I've made. I have invested a lot with them. And I think at some point of time they have returned that. And I saw that when I launched my book in Dubai, and I'm more when I launched it in Bombay, because I had about 400 people of my friends from first standard right up to my current friend, all present there. And with a lot of genuine love and affection, not just to come there for a book launch or a party, but because they wanted to be there for me. And that is my investment which I've done in life. And that is what I'm going to live and die with. It's not money, it's not property, it's not anything else. It's the investment I have made with my friends, and that keeps me alive. You leave me alone in a room and I'll die. I like to have people around me, and that's my biggest investment. And I think at this stage of my life, I think that's what we need. Because children, you grow them up, they've grown, they've had their family, they go away. They come to you, be with you, but it's the friends who stay with you right till the end. I see so many people walking in the park, old people, walking in the park or sitting down and having a chat. Who are sitting with them? Their friends, who are also feeling alone. So if you invest in them now, then at the age of 80s or 90s or whatever, how long you're going to live, you will see those same friends around you and you will be a happy person instead of living in an old people home all alone, where your children come to see you on weekends or your friends come to see you once in a while or phone up and say, "Kya haal hai?" I think this is very important in life, to have these people, and they will stay with you till the end. Not your family, not your children, but your friends who will stay with you. That's what I think I've invested in. I think you've run out of questions for today, so we'll end this session today, and I'll see you next time.